Click Connect, special Friday night audit. Stay tuned. Craig Sullivan, you have got the most amazing shirt I've ever seen in my life. What is that all about?
Hey, that's promoting our other show, 3 Minute Thursday.
Holy shit, dude. What have we done? The mistakes that we're making right now, unbelievable.
You're going to haunt us for years. Are you kidding me?
Every week I wake up with that haunting us for years. I can't believe we've been doing this shit show for almost 3 years now.
I know. Time flies when we're not having fun.
Well, we're having fun, just nobody else.
How are you, brother?
Great, man. It's the holiday season. It's been a whirlwind and stuff like that. I'm here, I'm there, I'm everywhere, and it's got me confused, Craig. What time is it, buddy?
It's time for you to welcome your boys home and have an audit.
Yeah. Everybody, welcome to the one and only Friday Night Audit. And hopefully this is going to be the worst thing that's going to happen to you during this holiday season. How are you, Craig Sullivan? Great to see you. I'm, of course, Glenn Hausman. Merry Shitmas here for
That's right.
The holidays. Yeah. What's
Malik
going on, bro?
Maka. Hey, it's raining. The state's closed, so goodbye.
Yeah, well, that's rough, man. I mean, that they just closed the whole thing down.
No, just Southern California. Northern California, they have weather and they know how to drive in the rain.
That sure must be very traumatic, though, for you to have this rain. How are you handling it?
I can't put the top down on the car. Are you kidding me? It is traumatic.
Well, that is traumatic. Well, not to one up you, but we got it. We're down into the 20s and low 30s here at this point, Craig. My stupid HVAC system, I've never been able to figure out how to program it right for like 10 years now. So every morning I wake up, it's 61 degrees out. I'm freezing cold, and I can never get this house warm enough to where it needs to be. So fortunately, I got some friends that are going to help me over this holiday break with installing some thermostats that aren't museum pieces and stuff. And just see about things. And literally, the one in my basement is like 1960s authentic, right? Then
nice.
The one
the Mercury in it?
Right, the one up, and then the one in the main level is like glorious 80s or something like that. It's just when digital screens started coming into the fore and stuff like that. The one on this floor is like 1970. It's got these big knobs and levers and stuff like that, and buttons. Yeah.
Hey, you know what? All those knobs and levers, you could probably get a job on the Queen Mary, showing people how the ship used to run.
That's true. All right, listen, I could talk all day about my temperature woes, but we've got one of our favorite guests over here. No, CJ's not here, guys. Stop, don't think that. Who is it?
Yeah! Hey, it's Bruce Ford from Logic Econometrics.
What? There he is. Oh, there we go. Well, sorry, a little slow on the applause trigger, Bruce. I apologize. You deserve more than that.
Happy holidays, my friends. Wonderful to be with you.
Happy holidays.
I'm trying to light a few things up in the background here, and bring some joy to our wonderful. Can we call this a Christmas Eve edition?
Sure.
Yeah. Why not?
Christmas Eve edition of the Friday Night Audit.
Yeah,
that's it.
Yeah, that's too funny. All right, I think we got to get right into this because I know I'm a little parched. Bruce, what I love about when you come to the show is you're not like Craig and I. You haven't given up. We always drink beer now because we can't handle anything else. But you bring originality, you bring style, you bring real cocktails here to the Friday Night Audit. What are you drinking tonight?
Well, so a favorite holiday cocktail of mine that's actually much simpler than many people think is we're going with the espresso martini tonight.
Nice.
So here we are.
There you go.
My homemade espresso martini.
Hold on. We got special guest Amy Montgomery. Applause.
Oh, Amy
Montgomery.
Our number one fan and favorite elf.
Hello.
How are you doing?
Hi, Amy.
Doing great, guys. I love your hat. Mary,
Santa?
Mary, how do you say your nas?
Mele Kaliki Maka.
Mele Kaliki
Don't you know the
Maka.
song?
That's Hawaiian for Merry Christmas.
Yeah.
I love it.
It's their version of Feliz Navidad.
Ah, gotcha.
There we go.
Feliz Navidad.
Mele Kaliki Maka.
So
Bruce
tonight,
Ford. So espresso martini, buddy.
yes.
Love
So you know, the homemade version, very easy. Start with vodka of choice.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Now, some people would use espresso vodka. I don't dig on that. But what I do is I use the little can of Starbucks.
Nice and easy. Glenn, you and I can do that. It's easy.
I like that.
A little dash of this.
Oh.
To suit your needs.
Yeah.
Okay? And then shake it up over ice,
Mm-hmm.
and you get this beautiful creation.
Beautiful.
Add the coffee beans as needed.
Nice.
That is my drink of choice on the road. I love
Happy
it.
holidays, everybody.
The only time I've ever had happy holidays. Cheers to everyone. The only time I've ever had that particular cocktail has been in casino resort environments with Bruce. Yeah.
What time in the morning was that?
We will have a second cocktail selection at the end if we get there.
I like that.
Another homemade special, if you will. But the real reason that we're here today and the topic of the story, is things they didn't teach you in hotel school.
That's right. All right, so this is really cool. So, you know, Bruce's family's been in the hospitality business for a long time, and this is a book that was put together when in like the 80s.
I'm gonna say year 2 or 3 of the lodging conference. Okay, so we're talking before 2000. Okay, and some of these some of the people that wrote stories in here were a close-knit group of people that included my dad and the original founder of the lodging conference, Morris Lasky, guys like Steve Belmonte, Eric Pfeffer, many people that ran some of the larger hotel companies in the industry at the time, but also some of the very senior consultants in the industry that we grew up with, who have now retired. Okay, Craig knows more than a few of these people, but the point here was—
That's a nice way of saying you're fucking old, Craig.
Yeah, exactly. That's the way I took it. Hey, here's Eduardo.
What's up, man?
Hey, you smell like a Frito.
Happy Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah, all that good stuff.
Indeed.
Thank you.
Be happy.
A Merry Festivus to all.
There we go.
I got some problems with you people.
And I'm looking forward to airing my grievances with you. I've been saving them all year, so I'm very excited.
So much, because I'm going to go down and do some feats of strength, and you guys enjoy.
Awesome.
How many bottles of wine are you opening?
As many as it takes.
There you go.
I got a few.
I'm just fascinated with your culture.
There you go. That's some good wine.
Our Christmas selections up here. Kind of fun.
Yep.
Nice.
That's awesome.
So at the end of the day, this might have been like— I think
Mhm.
this could have been like the first planning committee when Morris said, "Hey, I need to ask a few people to help me plan this conference out because I can't come up with it all myself." And I believe it might have preceded the first time Morris ever rode a horse into the general session at the Arizona Bill.
All right, so now you're getting too far inside baseball. You have to explain. You have to explain a little bit more.
So the Logic Conference was for many years a growing event. Okay, the first time I probably ever went, it was 400 or 500 people, and then 2 years after I went, it was 1,000 people. And I'm a 5-star general at the Logic Conference. I've been to more than 25 now, and we actually have 2 of the 5-star generals. There's only 14 of us, but the point here is that as it grew, Morris got more and more outlandish with trying to draw people to the first session in the morning, on Tuesday of the conference week. So one year we were at the Arizona Biltmore. They had built this beautiful new convention center, which was just a dobble across the street from the main exhibit hall. And we're all in there, and the room is jammed. Got to be
Yep.
1,800 people in there. There aren't seats. They're pulling in seats into the back. And all of a sudden, the back conference room doors open, and Morris comes in on a horse with the $1,000 drawing in a knapsack with $1,001 bills. For anybody that's there, throw your business card in for $1,001 bills.
Yeah.
Now, the story of the $1 bills that were spent at the Arizona Biltmore back in the days are legendary. Okay. One person actually won $1,000 and then went and bought a keg, okay, and had a party. And we all know who it was. Okay? But this
and it wasn't any of us.
No,
Let
it
me
was
make
not.
that clear.
It was not. But many of us in the industry who have grown up in the hotel industry, the lodging conference still remains today, 27 years later, as one of the great successes in the business in September, and now hosting at the JW Marriott Desert Ridge.
Yeah, October coming up.
Well, the best thing about that story, it was a great story, Bruce, but there's one part that stuck out to me. You've been going to lodging conferences for 25 years now, you said.
Mm-hmm.
Which means the last time that you were not at a lodging conference, I was 11 years old.
Well, Dave, you know,
I was in 6th grade.
Wow. And I bet you were aspiring to be producing this show back then.
Yeah.
No, he was aspiring to be a general manager.
You know, all of my dreams have come true, let me tell you.
there is no doubt about that, including the special gifts that your guests leave you in the lobby when you come in the morning, right?
Yeah, or all the gifts that I've received over the years during doing this show where nobody sends me anything fun. You know.
Oh, that's weird. I get a lot of stuff.
Feeling left out, Dave?
Yeah.
That's funny.
That
Although Amy did send me something amazing. My paint by number. So Amy does
have you finished it?
get a pass. Working on it. You see, this thing called Three Little Kids takes a lot of time, and
Well, you can fix that, you know.
what? Get rid of them? I agree.
No.
He tried to sell them on eBay, but he kept getting rejected offers.
Yeah, I couldn't get the minimum to get hit.
You got to pay down your interest-bearing loan on those, or you're good.
Oh, it's just a complete. The loan is never ending. The interest is double the principal. It's just
sounds like college, Glenn.
You know.
Don't get me started. I'd really rather focus on this. What Bruce brought to the table. This book.
If somebody had told me how to do a calculation to figure out net present value before an investment before I had kids, I would have made a much better decision.
So one of the first stories I wanted to share with everybody tonight was one that was my dad and one of his stories about the first time he became the night manager at the then Wayfarer Inn in Manchester, New Hampshire, when he was still in.
And
what? Tried to do that.
Nice job, producer Dave.
I was trying to do that. So continue to tell the story.
Give us around what year or so this story probably took place.
I'm going to say 1961.
Turn the logo off, David.
No, I think it'd be better just to do that.
So as my dad would say, he always insisted that his work associates carry a notebook with them and suggest they consider having with their staff as well. So why he would insist that they write down everything is that they mutually agree to do, and neither of us forget what we were supposed to be working on, that respective roles, and any plan or venue. It is an overhang, and he used to do this all the time. And as technology progressed, he didn't necessarily invite the computer into the room either. Okay, it was just your notepad. So his first night on the job as general manager, asked him if he could come in early so he could acquaint me with the physical plant in case there was ever an emergency on his shift. And I visualized a short tour of the inn, some general instructions, and to introduce to the assistant manager, and then the real excitement, which was working with the NCR to do the night audit. Okay. And my aptitude and interest in analyzing mechanical things was minimal. And after all, a guy could get hurt.
Yeah.
I wasn't very excited, and the general manager was anxious to go home, and I wanted to get on with the real job. And little did I know, this would be a recipe for disaster. The tour begins. Here's the boiler room. Over here's the electrical panel. This is the emergency generator, and if we lose power, and here's the big wheel you turn for converting the system between heating and cooling, which is particularly important in the fall and the spring.
Yeah.
Outside the building, here's the sprinkler system shut-off valve. Okay, and back to the front desk, here's the fire alarm system with the various zone lights, and it's connected to the fire department, and they'll be here in minutes, says the general manager. And here's all the emergency telephone numbers in case there's a problem. Finally, this is the incident log, and it's very important. Make sure you write down in detail everything that's unusual nature that happens on the night shift so we can pick up on it in the morning. This is obviously a significant system and one the manager felt was very important, and, well, he could count on me. My entries would be perfect, he says. Tour took about 45 minutes, and all the mechanical stuff seemed pretty perfunctory, and I nodded a lot and never made a note. Okay. We said goodnight, and I started training for my first managerial position in the hotel business, and one I acquired before I even graduated from college. Somewhere in the dark cobweb storage room in the bowels of the Wayfarer Inn is a worn, moldy incident log that describes in excruciating and humiliating detail this event, which occurred one very cold winter evening 37 years ago. That would date the book at 1998, by the way.
Nice.
It was 2:30 in the morning, and I was just finishing posting the guest folios on the NCR when I heard a loud thud in the lobby. Now 20 feet away from me, I walked over, and on the floor, I found a 2-foot section of a cast iron pipe with a sprinkler head on one end and a giant knob of ice on the other end, and a solid ice throughout the pipe. A bit puzzled, I picked up, wondering where it had come from, and boy, it was cold to the touch. And like Dick Tracy, I looked up, quizzically concluded it fell from the ceiling where there was now a gaping hole. Very interesting. Surely seemed like an item for the incident log. And I remembered an explicit detail so that both the manager and the maintenance man would have all the information they needed in the morning. Reflecting back, it sounded like as Niagara Falls, and within minutes, the water supply from the entire sprinkler system erupted in torrents from the hole in the ceiling, wrenching the New England antique furniture and expensive carpets and flooding the beautiful lobby with dark, greasy, ice-clogged water full of antifreeze. I stood in amazement until the last drop fell. Not knowing what to do, I had no clue. What a disaster. Now I had to call the general manager. Sheepishly, I started my story in sequence. And when I got to the part when the pipe fell out of the ceiling, he quickly interrupted me and said, "Stop talking, get off the phone, and quickly run outside room 16 and shut off the sprinkler system. You remember where it is, right? Where I showed you." More sheepishly, I explained it was too late. I continue with the remaining gory details. There was a dead silence on the other end of the phone. The manager and the other owner were at the inn within a half an hour, and how embarrassing and how humiliating. I thought off the emergency sprinkler valve, and I didn't make a note. Didn't remember where it was. How stupid to have written a perfect incident report, but to be found with no notes of memory on what to do in an emergency. And since then, countless associates have heard, "Write it down from the bear." And that's what I called for insisting on this. And that's now God. They know why. Right?
Yeah. Oh my God.
37 years later.
Wow.
That's
Man, you read that like my dad used to read "'Twas the Night Before Christmas" on Christmas Eve.
Yeah. I skipped a couple paragraphs. It was quite the story, though. But my dad, even, till the day he was gone, wrote notes.
Yeah.
And presented the notes when he'd come to the meeting.
Well, hey, listen, Bruce, we got breaking news over here. There's a big candy cane hunt going on in South Florida right now, and the candy cane coordinator, Dr. Producer Suzanne herself, is taking a break from the action. Suzanne, how's the candy cane placing going?
Large candy canes are out. We're waiting for the 100 or 200 small ones while all the kids are away. And then the hot chocolate, which can't really be hot chocolate. It's going to have to be like iced hot chocolate down here. Will get put into place.
Is it alligator chocolate?
No, we stay away from that. I'll leave that for you when you come to visit.
Nah, you're not going to find me in Florida.
That's a no-go for Craig.
Hey, David, you're muted.
Yeah, it's the best way to see. That's the best way to handle Dave.
Well, you know, I mute myself. It's fine.
Glad you unmuted yourself for that comment.
Riveting stuff.
Just riveting.
Riveting stuff.
Yeah.
I don't think I've ever had a full screen like this before. I see this, 6 screens on board. Now, Bruce, that was a riveting story. It really was. I'm not being facetious when I say that. It was a great story. But I want to just have a quick question. Is Bruce officially taking the lead? And I know he's taking the lead from CJ, but has he just kind of run away from it? Is it really
I have
just
no idea. Craig,
he's up by at least 4 episodes.
What?
Yeah, I'm saying it's a lot. It's a lot that Bruce is ahead by. So I think Bruce is, finally,
the
led
champion.
the pack. Yeah, he's taking the lead now.
Yeah, you know what? You could feel all glorious here at the end of the year, but you never know what's going to happen going forward. So you got to be vigilant. You got to maintain that lead and keep working hard to debase yourself enough to want to keep coming back here.
That's it.
Yeah.
That's it. And what is it? CJ lives like around the corner from you, so he could just show up even today, and knock on your door.
He's actually out there right now banging to get in, but I didn't want him to have to compete with Bruce tonight, so he can stay out there in the cold.
Does this count include the time I called in from Disney World for the audit?
Oh,
I think it does, right?
It does, yes.
Yeah.
It does, yes.
Yeah.
We take to heart every time Bruce Ford joins the show. It commits to memory almost immediately. There's really, by the day,
You're always with us, Bruce.
and second.
Because the Friday before the conference in Los Angeles, I'm going to go to Las Vegas. So should I call in from Las Vegas?
You probably should.
Yeah,
you probably should.
I think you just call in from every Friday at this point.
There's a story in this book about one of our good friends that used to work as a towel boy at the Fontainebleau in Miami.
Oh,
and his dad used to manage the hotel.
First of all, how apropos now that the Fontainebleau in Las Vegas has officially.
Did you guys see the room service bill?
Glenn's working there as a towel boy?
Fiji waters and a coffee.
What now?
The room service bill at the new Fontainebleau for 2 Fijis and a coffee.
$60. I
67.
saw that.
67. Well, I mean, I think we've all paid the unfair rates of drinks in a Vegas hotel many times in our lives.
You just sit at the bar and put money into the video poker machine. You don't pay for your drinks.
But to be fair, what do you expect? I mean, the room service that Annie ordered at frickin' JW for Click 2 years ago was like $90.
Mm-hmm.
When I got that bill, I was kind of like, what did you do? I wasn't even mad at them. I was mad at her.
She had a bowl of fruit, a yogurt, and a cup of coffee. It was $90.
That's actually what it was. I think maybe add an egg there. He texted me during Click, and I'm like, she's like, I made a mistake. I'm like, what? She's like, I ordered room service for breakfast. I'm like, that's fine. She's like, it's $87. I'm like, what the hell did you order? And she's like, just eggs and fruit. And I'm like,
champagne.
There's a Starbucks a half a block down the street. Just go there.
There's one in the lobby. What are you talking about?
Well, that was the Starbucks too that me and Fox went to before Disney in February. See, I know that area very well now, Craig. I am. Just call me Checkout Anaheim, Mr. Checkout Anaheim. Which, by the way, I have a gripe with you too, sir.
Oh boy. Oh boy. Uh-oh. Oh boy.
You have the nerve. You have the nerve to call yourself Mr. Checkout California. The nerve to call your conference California Lodging Investment Conference. The nerve. All things hospitality in California. And you don't even know what the hell Glenn County, California is? You should know about every county in California, Craig. You are selling false promises.
All 28 of them. I should
every
know.
single one. You should know every town, square mile, every little detail, real estate property value, tax assessments.
Well,
that's how you can check out California.
As soon as the sponsors come on board to fund Check Out California, and we're on the road, we will have all those details.
I mean, like, as a New Yorker, I know we have Albany County, Allegheny County, Bronx County, Broome County, Cattaraugus County, Cayuga County. I could go on with all 62 counties, but I don't. I'm not.
I could tell you the exact placement of a car wash in Rome, Verona, New York. I'm not even kidding you.
I don't think you are, but that's also sounding very sad, David.
Yeah. That is sad. But B to the F. This is such a cool book. I want to hear another story, and I know that Craig's got one, and I've got one. Plus, stay tuned because soon we're gonna have our annual celebration of Christmas songs written by Jews. So I'm excited for that. Stick around.
Well, I still need to hear before we end today. I want to hear about your Jewish Christmas plans. That's our yearly routine.
Yeah. Well, we're gonna do all of that, so it'll be very exciting. But Bruce, what's the next story?
If you have time, you should play Ed's "'Twas the Night Before Christmas" YouTube video.
Oh yeah.
We'll get banned. We can't do anything on YouTube where the YouTube police come and punch Glenn in the face.
Yeah, it's not nice. Sorry, I'm like during the winter, I've got my refrigerator over there. Yeah, so I got to go grab another beer over here.
Well, let's do that Fontainebleau story.
Hold on, Brucey. Before you go to that story, can you tell people real quick, and we'll do this a couple times, where can people get this book?
I'm not sure this book is in print.
You can't.
Okay?
Oh, okay.
There's only 7 copies, I think.
Yeah.
This book was buried in my dad's personal items at his house. Okay?
And why the hell didn't you guys send me this, 10 years ago before I got in the hotel? So, I would have known better.
I'm actually going to give you a choice, okay? We can tell a story told by Bjorn Hansen.
Yep.
Or we can tell a story told by David Schwartz. Which one do we want to do next?
I want your Fontainebleau story.
Oh, I think Bjorn.
All right. You think Bjorn? Glenn, you're the deciding vote.
No, I mean, you want to go down the Fontainebleau route, so
right.
Let's go there.
Our friend David
Craig.
Schwartz, Miami Dolphin fan. I'm sorry, but big game for you this weekend. At the tender age of 8 or 9, I had my first job in the hotel business as a towel boy on the pool deck at the Fontainebleau Hotel in Miami Beach. Primarily, my job was to give out towels to the guests and cover their chair loungers with the largest and fluffiest beach towels I'd ever seen. And to this day, they don't make them like that anymore. Since I wasn't being paid a salary or an hourly wage, I was primarily working for the few dollars that my grandfather, who developed and ran the hotel, gave me plus tips. One day, a woman from somewhere up north, quote, her pale white skin led me to this conclusion, came to the pool and asked for 2 chaise lounges. And following the pool deck, boy who placed 2 pads on the wooden loungers, and I proceeded to put a beach towel on each one of them, and each towel easily covered the entire lounger. The woman sat down and instantly remarked how soft and large and colorful the towels were. She gave me a $5 tip, and as she pressed it into my hand, she then proceeded to ask me how many of the towels would fit in her large suitcase. Being a naive young child, I guessed at the number 5. She then remarked, well, I'll be needing 3 more at the end of the day, please.
Oh, that's priceless.
Yeah.
That's priceless. Oh my God.
So that's one of those that they didn't tell you before you got into the hotel industry. That's like your free beer hour at your hotel, right, Dave?
Oh yeah, tons of that.
Yeah.
Tons of those going on here.
Glenn, how many ashtrays have you taken from hotels?
None in the last 15 years.
Yeah, I haven't seen an ashtray in forever.
Yeah, I remember being once at the Beverly Hilton like 6 or 7 years ago, and stepping out onto the balcony, and there was an ashtray there. I'm like, what is this? I haven't seen one of these things in forever. Yeah. So, Craig, you got a story to read real quick, right?
Yeah, I do. Let me find my glasses.
So again, this is from a private publication of the things they never taught me in hotel school. A collection of laughable real-life stories from leaders in today's hotel industry, circa 1998.
So when do I get my inside copy?
You don't.
Well, I've got one of these, little binders on it, and I think I'm going to have to pop this baby off because I mean, talking 1998, we barely had computers that could have files saved back then.
Dude,
So
that's got Kinko's all over it there.
Yeah,
That's what you think.
That's what it's going to take. So
depending on when
you'll get a gift from me soon enough.
Thank you, Bruce. Depending on when in 98 that was, I was also 11 years old or 12, depending on the time of the year.
Dave, you've just never grown up.
No, agreed. Although the last week and a half has aged me tremendously.
Yeah, you're getting a little gray there in the beard.
Being on this show all the time.
Colonel Sullivan?
All right, we got a story for you. When is a Coke a drink? Several times throughout my career, I had to deal with the Secret Service, whether it was for foreign dignitaries, a presidential hopeful, or the current resident of the Oval Office. I had plenty of experience. As a young man in college, the Secret Service became quite friendly with me as they stayed at a beach resort by us in Key Biscayne. When the disgraced former president of the United States, Nixon, was around the corner at the Winter White House. But one time, I dealt with the Secret Service in the role as guardians of the Treasury. One afternoon, when I was the assistant manager of a hotel, I was beat to meet with the Secret Service officers and security in the lobby. Assuming that some sultan or prince was coming to town, I met with the agents thinking that my afternoon would be spent working out preliminary security arrangements. I was wrong. The agents introduced themselves to me and showed me their credentials. They were investigating two counterfeiters of U.S. savings bonds who had just been arrested across the river in Cambridge. When they told me that they wanted to look at the room, I inquired whether they had a search warrant. They asked if they needed to get one. I said no, but if they had one, I would like to see it. As an innkeeper, I had the right to inspect the room. The two suspects were male and female and had obviously been on a shopping spree. He had new suits from a men's store across the street. She had a closet stuffed with new clothes, still in garment bags. The security officer and I stayed out of the way as the two agents undertook their search. One of the men was inspecting a large jar with white powder and was dipping his finger into it and tasting it. After doing this several times, he asked his partner to taste it. His partner too tasted it 3 times and couldn't determine what it was. The partner turned to me and asked if I knew Coke. I exclaimed, innocence. I told them I couldn't tell Coke from Pepsi. They again asked me to taste it. They handed me the jar.
No, that's
I
innocence.
looked at the label on the jar and pointed to it. It's powdered douche, I said. You should have seen those two turn green.
Oh, good Lord. How long ago was that?
Well, that's in the 60s too.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Where's
That
the
was
clapping
before
button?
That was at the Boston Park Plaza is where the property was. They were talking about Cambridge, Mass.
And now part of the Hilton family.
Yes, back in the day.
Yeah,
Would have
And
all the dignitaries.
those 2 Secret Service agents are now security guards at that hotel.
That's too funny. All right, so I got a real quick one that I would like to throw in there, and this one is from Bob Hazard. At the time, he was chairman of the Creative Hotel Association, but he was the former chairman and CEO of Choice Hotels back in the day. Whatever happened to that company? You have anyone here from them?
Don't know. Don't hear much
Yeah.
about them anymore.
No. Yeah. Anyway, Bob says one night at 3 a.m. the phone rang at home. Half asleep, he answered the phone. "This is one of your guests at the Comfort Inn in Omaha, Nebraska," a rough voice said. "I want to change rooms." Lightly, he asked, "Have you discussed this with the front desk? Aren't you the head honcho?" He shouted back. "Don't you have the authority to get me a new room?" He added testfully. "What's wrong with the room you're in?" I asked. "It's on fire," he said. "Whoa! Give me your room number and I'll call you right back." I called the front desk at the Comfort Inn in Omaha and told them to check on the man in room 242. Sure enough, the man who had a little bit too much to drink had dropped a lighted cigarette in the wastebasket and it was on fire. But even intoxicated, he had the wherewithal to call the reservation center, asked for the name of the company chairman and CEO, and got his home phone number from information. Thank goodness we got the blaze in time before the whole hotel went up in smoke. And he finishes by saying, "After that, I always put in my job description that one of my primary job responsibilities was improving customer satisfaction with a particular emphasis on putting out fires."
Or
That's
real.
cool.
Oh my gosh.
I'm more concerned about how the guy got his home phone number.
Yeah.
Information 411, David. Try
Well,
using
dude,
that
back in
sometime.
the day, okay, we're talking this stuff happened in the 70s and 80s. Okay.
Yeah.
so
All right. Hold on. I'm getting word here that
CJ.
Dr. Suzanne is required to be outside. There's some candy cane action that she absolutely must attend to.
Sorry, y'all. You know, it's like 68 degrees here, and my candy canes are going to melt if I don't get outside. So I'm wishing you all a Merry Christmas.
Thanks.
Merry
taking my
Christmas,
glass right
Suzanne.
and I'm going.
Thank you.
Bye.
Less than half that here. Appreciate you.
Careful of the gators.
Yeah.
Wow.
So if you're a golfer, we've moved on to drink two. So if you're a golfer, you might be familiar with the Arnold Palmer. Okay. The mix of iced tea and lemonade. Okay. Well, you probably have seen the very graphically oriented John Daly. So if you'd like to flavorize the Arnold Palmer, you add Tito's and make it a John Daly.
Nice.
There you go. I like that too.
Mm-hmm.
Now, Glenn, I used to have a sales team that worked for me.
Yeah.
And some of these guys really enjoyed their vodka.
Yeah.
So we've got a sales.
Really? Wait,
meeting
hold on.
going
Are you telling us people like to drink in the hospitality industry?
Yeah.
No.
Just
It's
a
required.
little
Wait, I
bit.
figure we gotta bring up this one. News, breaking news. People like to drink in the hotel.
You know, I think it's 50-50 drinking and smoking now. So.
Although what people are smoking has completely changed.
Right. Yeah. It's not lit cigarettes in the trash can.
Very true.
So
Yeah,
you have a
Glenn?
couple of recipes to bring to the next sales meeting, Craig?
No. I don't drink vodka anymore. And neither did my sales reps after our meeting, our Monday morning meeting. Because I told them, I said, look, you guys like to drink, and that's fine. But I'd prefer that you drink whiskey or scotch or something else because I want people to know that you're drunk and not stupid. So,
Well, I could buy that.
That's great. Now, one of the things that I love about Christmas is that I don't have to go visit friends and family. And
Chinese food, that's your favorite thing. Don't
Hell
lie.
Yeah, dude, bro.
We're gonna get there. We're gonna get there.
Oh, what, Chinese food?
About your Jewish dinner.
Yeah. Well, are you ready? Should we do a brand new segment, an annual tradition actually here over at Friday Night Auto. It's something that I'm proud to present every year, and I'm talking about that's right. It's my annual celebration of Jews cashing in on Christmas. And did you know some of your favorite Christmas songs out there were actually written by folks, members of my tribe out there. So not only did we give you the baby Jesus, but we gave you some of your favorite songs that you celebrate with your family around the tree every year. So while you're singing all of these beautiful songs that we're going to talk about in this next segment, remember, I think I'm going to go see Wonka and go to Green Tea and have some great Chinese. I love this picture of Santa with the menorah. Yeah, I like that. All right, so I've got a list this year of 11 great songs that that hopefully we all love for the holidays. And I will say, I had no idea that this was the thing until I was an adult, but I've always loved Christmas music. There's something about it. I love this holiday. It's one of my favorite times of years because we get to all be together. Everyone kind of slows down for a minute and focuses on loving each other and being really kind and benevolent to each other. So you got to love a holiday that's all about that sort of a thing. But I also want to say my first song, Chestnuts Roasting on an Open Fire by Mel Torme. We all know that one, right?
Jack Frost.
David does it.
Yeah. And one of my favorite Christmas songs, Let It Snow. The weather outside is frightful, and the fire is so delightful. Right? I love that one.
But if there's no place to go.
Let it snow, let it snow, let it snow. And then we got Santa Baby. I like that one. That was written by two Jewish composers, Joan Javits and Phil Springer. And you know what I think is great about Christmas music? I can't help but think every single year when I keep hearing those songs, all of the people who own the publishing rights to them, I'm like, I always wonder how big their December check is that they get in January.
Why do you think Mariah Carey is still around? I mean, that Christmas album recently. 30 years now.
That must make her so much money every single. Oh God, 2.6 million on average, according to some website somewhere.
That's according to the Deseret News.
Deseret News.
Deseret News.
Wow. I go there for all my Mariah Carey financial information. So that's a really good one.
Glenn, just think of the amount of money the Hallmark channels are paying for all those Christmas movies and, for royalties on the music.
Well, listen, guys, I have, once we're done with this segment, I have the brand new exclusive Christmas song that's going to make millions and millions of dollars released here exclusively for our Friday Night Auto guests. So you finish up, man, and I'll show you what we got going on.
All right, not released exclusively. It's been around for a couple of years, but it's a classic in waiting and already one in the Hausman household over here. We've been playing it on loop since Labor Day. But moving on.
Why so late? Stores started selling Christmas stuff in August. Why so late?
Yeah.
Christmas in July, Glenn. Come on.
All right. Next we got It's the Most Wonderful Time of the Year. Written by George Weil and Eddie Pola, another dynamic Jewish duo. They played up in the Catskills and stuff. Oh my God. Bernard Weissman, one of these guys, co-wrote the theme song to Gilligan's Island.
What?
Yep.
Are you kidding?
I am not kidding.
I love that show. That was my favorite show.
Hey.
Never actually watched a single
David knows that.
Never watched a single second of it. Couldn't tell you anything about it.
Dave, that's
you
because
weren't even 11 yet. You were just sparkle in your daddy's eye.
Right. Yeah, not even. Yeah.
Or an itch in his pants. One of the two.
Number 5 on our list. Silver bells, silver bells. It's Christmas time in the city. Written by Ray Evans and Jay Livingston. And then probably the most famous Christmas song of all. I've been dreaming of a white Christmas, right? That's a good one. Yeah. Oh my God. Then we got Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, Rocking Around the Christmas Tree. I love this one. A Holly Jolly Christmas, and then Silver and Gold. And then to round out the list, Walking in a Winter Wonderland, which is a really great one as well. So there.
I love that.
So there we have. Maybe.
We'll bring up our
Glenn, you're gonna put the Jewish playlist up as a post on the notes here for this.
I really should. Yeah.
I think so.
Yeah, for sure. So I'm looking forward to the holidays that are coming up, and I hope you guys have an amazing Christmas. But Dave, you want to bring us to the next part of our show?
Yeah, listen, we have an amazing, again, okay, fine, not exclusive, but it's going to be one that you're going to be hearing on radio stations for a long, long time.
Oh, this is good. We could avoid Ed's copyright takedown by us doing commentary over it and stuff like that, right?
It was a night before Christmas, and all through the house, not a creature was stirring, not an itty-bitty mouse. The stockings were hung by the chimney with care, in hopes that St. Nicholas soon would be there.
Is this ghetto, Ed?
Billy and Aaron were snug in the beds, thoughts of Mutant Ninja Turtles be dancing in their heads. My wife in her flannels and me in the buff had just passed out. Long day, we had enough. When banging, clanging out on the lawn, staring at the ceiling, what is going on? I ran to the window, looked through the glass, saw it fly by, said, kiss my... Dasher, Dancer, Prancer, Vixen, Comet, Cupid, Donner, Blitzen. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 flying reindeer hauling this crate. Ain't no doubt I knew who it was. Check it out, kids, it was Santa Claus. Santa Claus? I said Santa Claus. Old fat guy in a big bright suit with a fluffy white beard and big black boots. Under the moon, he flew with the zoom. Then I heard a big boom, he was in my living room. Fell down the chimney, out onto the floor. I said, if you had a knock, you could have used the front door. But he ignored me, man. Went straight to work, dumped all the toys, and turned with the jerk.
All right, we're going to get nailed on that one with you, too.
He put a finger to his nose and then spun around. Shot back up the chimney, he was getting out of town. So I ran to the window, looked into the night, just in time to see him flying out of sight. But before he left, he had one thing to say. Everybody have a great Christmas day. Everybody have a great Christmas day. Merry Christmas, y'all.
We had so much fun making that. Those were Ed's fraternity brothers from Virginia Tech. ATO was a fraternity. And they came down one weekend and we decided to, because he'd been rapping that song to his kids since they were really, really little. And there's a forward and an end of that that's really kind of cute with his daughter and son. But yeah, we were up to like 3 o'clock in the morning drinking and just having a good time. The studio that we recorded it in is just down the street at Savage Mill. So we're able to, walk down there and stumble home, which was great.
There you go. That works.
Awesome job.
Thank you for playing that. That's so much fun.
That was great.
That was the best part of the show.
I don't know. Bruce's
yeah, Bruce's stories were good too. Yeah, so maybe
Can I add one more story about my first experience at managing a hotel?
Oh my God! Yes, please.
So I'd worked for the company for 3 months.
I like that picture.
And we were running the Eastland Hotel in Portland, Maine, which is another classic that my dad used to run many years before that. And so Dad's come up and he said, look, we're going to take over this hotel. You should come up, get some experience. Why don't you come up for the weekend? You know, you work at the hotel for a week or something. You give you a room there and there. And Portland's only an hour from where I live. So I said, okay, sounds cool. So I go up to the hotel and I'm getting the tour and, you know, training up and everything like that. And I think the GM was going away for the weekend. So I was not in charge all weekend, but I was for the nighttime. And the first night that I was there, that famous band Fish was in town.
No way.
So the Eastland Hotel was the biggest hotel close to the then called Cumberland County Civic Center, or the 4C, if you will. And
they make great breadcrumbs too, by the way.
They do. And so I'm in the hotel and, you know, they said Fish is in town. And I'm like, oh, no. And I had never really, and even at that point, I'm out of college, but I had only heard Fish a couple times. Okay. So it wasn't really my thing. I was more of a deadhead. Yeah. And so I walk into the hotel. I'm kind of standing behind the desk, and I'm not really doing at the desk because I still really haven't learned how to do that. But I'm just kind of the manager on duty, if you will. And I see two kids, couldn't have been more than 16, walking through the lobby, got a big case of beer over their shoulder and everything like that. And I'm like, oh, all right, let's see what's going on here. So I walk into and I just walk into the elevator with them, and I'm like, okay, I'm going to need to see your ID and your ID. And I said, you guys are going to the same room, right? I said, okay. Well,
my dad,
he can't consume any alcohol in the hotel. And if he comes back drunk, we're going to call the cops. I said, he can't, you know, you can't be facilitating it. He's not going to drink, sir. Okay, fine. All right, fine. Then about a half an hour later, I'm walking through the hotel and the whole place smells like weed. Okay, I mean the whole hotel.
That's weird. That's weird.
I couldn't believe it.
Happened.
Okay.
Wow.
Every
that never happens to you, right?
Every entrance in the hotel was attempted to be compromised that night. No one wanted to walk past the front door because you had to walk in the front door right past the desk and onto the elevators. And these elevators were so classic, they actually had a spot to have an operator on them. And so I sat in the elevator after the concert went out, just sitting in the elevator, running the elevator up and down. Man. So that was my first night as the night manager.
That's hysterical.
One to remember for sure.
Oh, that's funny.
I can't believe that story's never come up before.
Yeah.
No, you were too drunk.
No, I thought he was too drunk. He was participating in too much of that fish fun.
Yeah, you know,
I've
told it to Glenn before, but he might have been drunk.
Well, listen, guys,
I'm sure.
It's coming up on 6 o'clock already, and we still have a very important conversation to have.
We do.
We need to know what's going on, because let me tell you guys, I am dreaming of a Jewish Christmas. So what are the plans, Glenn? Which Chinese restaurant are we eating at? We're
going to be at this year. We're going to be a green tea restaurant in Stony Brook, Long Island. It's really great. It's really focused on authentic Chinese cuisine. So no General's chicken or anything like that going on over there.
Liho folk.
So that'll be great. Also, I think we might take in Wonka that day, although Godzilla -1 is the runner-up for the movie. So who knows what's going to happen. I'm pushing towards Wonka. I thought this movie was not going to be good. Just looked dumb from the previews. But word is from all of these reviewers, it seems pretty good. So what the hell?
Don't trust them.
Listen, I'm in it for the popcorn. I don't really care either way.
Godzilla -1 I've heard was very good too.
Yeah. Yeah.
Although it's not connected to the monster verse. It's a whole separate.
Correct, because it's
Not
from
a movie.
Toho.
So is this a Christmas afternoon or are you doing Christmas Eve?
No, Christmas Eve, we're going to be at my buddy Brian's house for their Hanukkah party. A lot of us non-religious Jews do our Hanukkah parties not during Hanukkah because it's better to do it right now around the Christmas-y time. It's better.
Yeah.
It's more festive. It's like when Hanukkah is too early, it's just, it's not, I'm not ready for that. Yeah.
Have any of you seen or are going to see Dream Scenario with Nicolas Cage? It's his newest one.
Never heard of it. Oh,
Never
didn't he
heard
say he's retiring or something like that after this?
I don't know. He's like, he was on an NPR interview a couple days ago, and he's been in it for like 45 years.
Yeah.
But this is one of 5 scripts that he has had over the course of his lifetime where he did everything he possibly could to get the role and changed nothing.
Wow.
On the script. Leaving Las Vegas,
Yep.
Vampire Kiss, some others, adaptation. Those are some other ones that were really, really iconic roles for him. But this is supposed to be one like that.
Good.
So I'm kind of anxious to see it.
Huh,
Nick Cage is one of those that's worth a binge day to do all the Nick Cage movies for sure.
Oh, I showed Ed the meme clip of Nicolas Cage and Filing Alphabetically. Have you ever seen that one?
No.
Oh, well, you should go watch it. But it's classic Nick Rage, Cage Rage, where he just about trying to find a file and it's not filed properly and everything's supposed to be filed. He starts the alphabet, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, but he's just screaming it and just, Nicolas Cage
That's funny.
style. Hilarious.
Oh, I could buy this.
David looks like he's just laughing hysterically about that. He doesn't go through that every day.
Yeah. The levity coming from his is crazy. You know what? I know what the problem is. He's excited for this.
I was honestly, as a kid on Christmas morning, just trying to be quiet, contain my excitement. But we are finally here. It's Christmas morning. The guests are here. Let's do this.
Amy, let's start with you. You got a shameless plug tonight?
Shameless plug. Not really. Company-wise, I work for a construction company. We do fun stuff like that. But I am so excited to spend Christmas with my grandbaby. He's such a sweetheart. He's growing up so fast, and just we can't wait just to hug on him and kiss on him and just spoil him rotten for a couple of days.
Is it weird to have a grandson that's a stuffed fox? And who's that weird kid that was in?
Yeah, that's the stuffed animal right there. And then of course you got the fox.
That is so freaking cute. Yeah. I love that. BDF?
Shameless plug. I am getting to see my newest granddaughter with the whole family coming up for New Year's. But we just have the kids have their new house, so we're going over there for Christmas this year.
Nice.
Not at my house. We're going over there. So I'm looking forward to that, and a happy holiday season to everybody for all that celebrates.
Dave?
Yeah, just Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays to everybody. Enjoy the next week or so until 2024, which is crazy to think that that's where we are already. But have some fun, have some family, have some fights even, and just enjoy the time together.
We are so far into the future now that even like movies when I grew up didn't say years this far in the future. It's crarazy, right? Like 2022 is like as far as they got.
Yeah, right. It is. We are in the future. Everybody just have a great Christmas and holiday season, and let's hopefully have a peaceful and wonderful 2024.
That's it?
That's it.
Awesome.
That's it.
Are we doing a show next Friday or no?
Yes.
Yeah. Supposedly.
Okay, so we'll be together before the new year.
Yeah. I'm gonna do my annual standing on a street corner before a Fish concert show. So that'll be.
So you're gonna have tremendous service. It's gonna work out really well.
It's gonna be really fabulous. Tune in for that. But
I love it.
I'd like to plug the fact that while we were on air, No Vacancy was named the #1 podcast from this PR agency that we work with. So, thank you to there for recognizing us. We really appreciate it. Also, I've just got a gig right after Alice on Wednesday, the 24th. Sorry, my calendar's over there. I believe it's Wednesday, the 24th. I'll be the luncheon keynote speaker at Global Hospitality Talks at the Mayborn in Beverly Hills. So come out for that. Also, I'll be featured at First Hospitality's annual event, Remington Hospitality's annual conference. And next fall, I just booked Red Roof's annual conference as well. So, hey, you want to have me at your conference? Reach out to me. And better yet, if you don't want to have me, we could work out a deal for you, and I will stay away. Don't you worry about that. I'm here to help.
Installment plans accepted.
That's right. You already putting money every month away for those Christmas gifts. Why not
just give it to Glenn?
The gift that keeps on giving
my
kids' college education.
Alice Design Plus, the one after Alice.
No, I'm not going to be going to that. No. Although now I think I'm going to be in the area now. I might wind up doing that after all. So we'll see. Bruce, you sticking around for that?
It's cheap. It's not that expensive. You're already out there. It's like another $200.
I'm not leaving till Thursday afternoon, so I will be around.
Well, I was originally going to leave on Wednesday, but now all of that's changing because I got this gig. But that's a little too much information.
You're right.
Now, y'all don't need to know that. But what you do need to know is that we will be back next week and get ready to see me standing on a street corner in the cold. So that'll be a
we won't be seeing much of you because you'll be frozen. The sound will be terrible.
I know.
We've had an extra long audit.
And the
extra long audit tonight because the occupancy is so good. We had 6 for occupancy tonight, right?
Yeah, but the quality of
everybody call in
is so bad that
Glenn will send you links. Glenn will send everybody out links. Just drop in and say hi and close out the year with us.
All right.
This is basically the Hotel Tonight crew.
Yeah, so next week it'll just be a lot of sharing of love, sharing holiday messages, good spirit, and all that. If you guys want to come on the show, let us know. We'll send you a link. We'll just bring everybody on. We'll have a few minutes conversation with everybody, and you'll get to watch me like.
Everybody can call Glenn at
yeah. All right, everybody. We'll see you next week.
Bye.
So for Craig, Dave, Amy,
Merry
and Bruce.
Christmas.
See you all later. Merry Christmas. Happy holidays.
Goodbye, everybody.